I'm in week 3 of my personal growth challenge, and the last time we talked, I was on my way to a surprise trip to Denmark. So, I went to Denmark for a couple of days, and after I got home, I just reflected on how my trip had been, or more specifically, how I had felt on the trip, because this growth challenge of mine is all about me challenging my mind every day in different ways to feel as good as possible, right? By thinking on purpose or by finding whatever way to stop thought momentum of thoughts not making me feel good. So of course that is the most important thing for me to reflect on these days, is how I feel. And I'm going to do something with the light here. Excusez-moi. And I felt really good. And, in that kind of way where you just show up and you get along and you just participate in whatever people want to do and just show up for it without thinking about everything or controlling everything. And I love that. And it just really made me think. It's not like when we're on vacation that all of the things that's normally bothering us or taking up space in our minds, it's not like that disappears, right? We just physically distance ourselves from it. And so I could, of course, be thinking about, the same things on vacation as I do at home. But obviously I don't. This physical distance between me and my chores and all of the things I normally think about is letting me take a break from my mind and all of my overwhelming overthinking thoughts about everything I need to be doing and all of that. So it just made me reflect, okay, so if I still have the same things on vacation that I could be worried about or thinking about because it's still waiting for me when I get back home, why am I not thinking about it? And the answer I got to that was, there must be something I just, on a subconscious level, know when I'm on vacation that allows me to just chill and not think about the things that's waiting for me back home, right? Because if I didn't know something about this while I'm on vacation, I would still be having the same kind of thoughts that I do at home, wouldn't I? So then I needed to ask myself, what is it that I actually know on vacation that allows me to get this break from my thoughts? And I actually had to think about that for a while. But when the answer came to me, it's quite clear that what I know on vacation is obviously that I cannot do everything at once. And while I'm on vacation, I can't do a lot of things until later in the future when I get back home. I can deal with things when I get back home. But right now I'm on vacation, so I cannot physically do anything about it. So why waste time and energy thinking about it if I can't tend to it yet? That's what I need to know on vacation, right? And I also, for me to feel this good on vacation, I also need to have this different belief up here that allows me to get in this mind state. And I think that belief is that it's not what I do or don't do that affects my mood and how I feel. It's what I think about the things that I do or don't do that affects my mood and creates my life experience. And that's interesting because I already have this belief, right? This belief is like the whole baseline for my growth challenge. I'm testing that hypothesis that it's not what I do or don't do, it's what I think about what I do or don't do that actually decides if I feel good or bad. So I do know that, but still at the same time, my mind doesn't like to stay in that belief. Because if it did, I wouldn't keep coming back to these overthinking, overwhelming thoughts about everything that's going to happen or shoulda, woulda, coulda, and all of these kind of thoughts that I always have. I wouldn't have these thoughts on a daily basis if my mind truly believed that it's not what I do or don't do, it's what I think about it. But on vacation, my mind obviously believes that, because then it lets me have a break from these thoughts. So there must be something with the fact, this physical distance fact, that makes me unable to tend to things because I am not there. I'm not home to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. That allows my mind to believe that, well, it will be waiting for me when I come back home, right? But right now I cannot do anything about it. So now I can just chill and I don't have to think about it. Then it's okay. And I just think that that's quite interesting, because isn't it the same when I am home that I still know I cannot physically tend to everything all at once? Whether I'm at home or whether I'm at vacation, I can only do one thing at a time. So I should be knowing and believing that this vacation mode shouldn't be a vacation mode. It should be my everyday mode, because if I can only tend to one thing at the time, why do I spend so much time and energy thinking about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing? And I'm not just talking chores here. I'm talking responsibilities. I'm talking shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm talking things that's happening in a month from now, or things that I don't know how will happen. You know what I'm talking about. All of these thoughts that just keeps coming back in our heads all of the time, even if we cannot do anything with it right there and right then. They just keep bothering us. So I thought, I am going to try to trick my mind into believing it's on vacation while I'm at home, so that I can have the same belief that I have on vacation. Because whether I'm there or here, the same rules apply. I cannot tend to a lot of things that's in the future. Most of the things that I'm thinking about on a daily basis is in the future, either 2 hours from now, or 2 days from now, or 2 weeks from now. But while on vacation, I give myself a break from those thoughts. So I'm going to try and get my mind into this vacation mode at home. So I will try to remind myself in the morning, or if I don't get it done in the morning, then whenever I feel overwhelmed, I will ask myself, what do I know while I'm on vacation? Well, I obviously know that there's no point in worrying or thinking about things that I can't deal with right now, so I let it be. And I also know that nothing is really urgent. Nothing is really urgent. If I'm here lying on a sunbed sipping pina coladas, there are still things at home that I could be doing if I was home. But it's not a crisis. What's the worst thing that can happen if I don't do it right now? Nothing. So I'll just stay here with my pina colada. That is what I know on vacation, right? So I'm hoping that just by reminding my mind of that I cannot tend to everything all at once. So just enter vacay mode and know what you know on vacation, because the same thing is true at home. The same thing is true. I cannot be everywhere and anywhere at once. I cannot get things done with just thinking about them. So what's the point of thinking about them? And also, I figured sometimes we have stuff to be done on vacation as well, right? Maybe you are on your cabin, or you've rented a cabin or an Airbnb, whatever. You need to do some dishes. Maybe you need to do some gardening on your cabin. I mean, any kind of thing. And it just reminded me of something my older brother once said, like jokingly, but it's true. He said that going to your cabin means doing the same chores you do at home, but you love doing it. And I just laughed, because while I'm at my cabin, I do dishes manually. And I'm like, oh, this is so cozy. I'm standing outside, listening to the birds, doing my physical labor, just having some time to myself, to find some peace, to do some inner kind of meditation, right? I romanticize the fact that I need to do dishes. But at home, Mama don't want to do any dishes, right? But the action is still the same. It's just my thoughts about it that's different. And that's because when I'm on my cabin, my mind is in vacation mode. So not only do I know while I'm on vacation that I cannot do everything all at once, so I don't have to think about it, I also know that it is my thoughts about things that decide how I feel, not the things in itself. So I can have positive thoughts towards doing dishes or whatever, and I will feel good while doing dishes. But at home, I just forget that. But the same rules apply. Can you hear that, mind? The same rules apply. So I am going to make my mind see that I'm on staycation while I'm at home. So I'll start my days, especially my days off, because if you know me by now, you know that my days off are the days where my mind goes wandering. And I have better time on my days off. So I will start my days off in this vacay mode, like just feeling like I'm on staycation and asking myself, what do I know on vacation and how do I feel about doing things on vacation? And I will just go into that mind state, because hopefully it's enough to remind my mind of this. Because obviously my mind knows and believes this while on vacation. So if I just kind of convince it that the same rules apply at home, it's the only thing that's different is that I'm here instead of there, but the same rules apply. So hopefully that will work. And also I'm thinking maybe I should use like some vacation anchors, like things that I normally do while on vacation that gets me into that mood. Like if I'm going to do dishes, I love listening to a podcast or music while on vacation. Or if I do chores on vacation, I take breaks and I take my cup of coffee outside just to be like enjoying life instead of going on like this. So I am going to try to get in staycation mode just by reminding myself of these things. And just ask myself, if I was on vacation right now, would this matter? Would it be urgent? And if it's urgent, if I actually need to tend to this just one task, I can focus on just that one task. And I can choose to feel good as I do it. Because I know I can feel good about it in different places. So yes, I can feel good about it at home too. What I've learned these past couple of weeks in this challenge is that the easier things I use for my brain, the better they work. And as I told you in my halfway life lesson video, the mind is like a child. It just needs to be convinced why things is a good idea. So it's not enough for me to just tell my mind, stop thinking about it and be chill. No, my mind needs to know, why should I stop thinking about it? And then I will remind it, well, vacay mode, you cannot be everywhere and do everything at once. Nothing is really urgent. If it is urgent, you can choose to enter vacay mode and feel good while doing it, because the whole clue is, it's not what I do or don't do that makes you happy, mind. It's what you think about it. So let's think about it like we're on vacation. Thank you.